Hello there! When was the last time you ate an orange? Did you know that if you eat an orange today, the amount of nutrients that you would get would be around 10 to 15% of that which you would have got in 1920? What that means is, to get the same amount of nutrients from one orange in 1920, you need to eat 8 oranges today. That's crazy, right? Well, thanks to soil extinction, that has become a reality. There is a substantial loss of nutrients in the food and also a decrease in the yield, which means there's a decrease in both quality and quantity. In fact, the highest suicide rate in the US and India among all professions is among the farming community. The soil quality is decreasing at an alarming rate. Most scientists say we have another 45 to 60 years of topsoil left. We had rich organic soil in the beginning, but then in the process to increase the productivity further, we used artificial means and got good results initially. So we continued to use it until the productivity dropped as the artificial fertilizers killed all the organic content in the soil. At the same time, it's not possible for the whole world to shift to organic farming overnight, as that would bring down the food production to 20 to 25% of what it is. A handful of soil has anywhere from 7 to 10 billion microorganisms, which is 50,000 to 75,000 different species. 85% of life on this planet comes from the first 12 to 15 inches of soil, but since we plow the soil 12 to 15 inches deep and leave it open to harsh sunlight, we end up damaging it. For organic content to exist in the soil, there needs to be a fair amount of plant and animal waste, but currently there aren't as many animals and plants on the farm as there were a few decades ago. Once the food doesn't have the required nutrients, people will start depending on pills to fulfill their nutrient requirements, making humans weaker and weaker with every passing generation. This food crisis would start by 2030 and increase gradually, and the first place that would be affected would be Africa, because in Africa, degradation has affected 45% of the African continent, and it's estimated that by 2050, 2/3 of the African continent will be undergoing desertification. In the last 30 years, of the 30 wars that were fought in Africa, 27 of them were for agricultural land. If not taken care of now, soil could be the reason for wars in the future. There's no peace if there's no food. All countries need to have a policy that a minimum of 3 to 6% of organic content needs to be there in the soil. Over 62% of India's soil has organic content of less than 0.5%. In the entire southern Europe, the organic content is less than 1%. Over 50% of the topsoil in US is gone. By adding organic content to soil, it becomes rich soil. By reducing it, it becomes sand. This is called desertification. World's agricultural lands are turning into deserts. At present, hunger-related death in the world is 16 to 17 people every minute. There is no soil without life and no life without soil.